So what does it take to go to a robot event? Well, you know about building the robot and having the robot ready to go, but most people don't see the logistics of what it takes to actually get a team to a venue to compete. And so this is us getting ready for Robogames. I've got stuff starting to pack up here, so you can kind of see what it is we have to load up and what we have to take. Battery management is a big part of combat robots, so you have to have the chargers that you need to charge everything up. So this crate is chargers. I've got several different chargers, a couple of power supplies, because we have a lot of batteries and a lot of different robots. So we have to have it all managed, plus all the different electrical connections to hook all the different batteries up. So there's crate one. You break lots of stuff at robot events. One of the things I'm going to need is extra drive motors. This crate is heavy. Working on a robot requires lots of different tools. Some are the smaller hand tools, but I got a box for some of the bigger stuff. Okay, so there's my Dremel set. Bunch of discs for the cutoff wheels. There's a big cutoff grinders, some big hammers, pry bars, huge things. Stuff that doesn't normally fit in a toolbox. We tend to go through a lot of tires at events because those evil other robots tend to cut them off. So, spare tires. We end up with a bit of electrical repair along the way, so I usually take stuff to be doing that work. So I've got a really nice soldering station, and then I've also just got a bunch of wire and connectors and some of the crimp connectors. The stuff, the big stuff that I need to do electrical repair. This crate here has more tools, or some smaller bits and things of that nature. There's some punches, some C-clamps, some of the things you might need to repair bent metal. It's also got a lot of like paint, WD-40, things like that. So, sort of a catch-all box where I throw stuff like that in. Repairs at events, sometimes we get some structural damage, and so we have to take a lot of extra steel along to just be able to weld in new pieces. So this box here has a bunch of extra steel plate and steel tubing. It also has some spare motors and gearboxes and things like that that we might need. So this box is heavy. Okay. I got quite a bit of steel tubing and plate and whatnot. Extra weapon motor for the heavy, some gearboxes, and then just an assortment of hardware, nuts and bolts. Everything we might need to do repairs. We use a lot of power tools working on robots. Just my preference for that's been DeWalt. So this box has all of my DeWalt tools, so the drills, the impact driver, and whatnot, all the extra batteries and chargers. All that stays in this box. The heart of every combat robot is its batteries. This is all of the batteries here that we're taking to Robogames. So I have all of the LipoSafe bags to charge. This is a fire blanket right here to throw in stuff in case there's a problem. All of the packs are all labeled for which robot they go to. It's a big help to save the boxes that the batteries come in because it makes it much safer to transport them. So this is a lot of lithium here. So one of the things we're almost always going to need at a robot event is a welder. So I bought this little welder specifically to take to events. So I've got Got the little Hobart welder. I also got a small plasma cutter, and between the two of those I can do most emergency repairs at an event. When you weld, you need a helmet, need gloves, need pliers, so all that stuff is in that box right there. Probably one of the most important boxes of everything I'm loading is this one, because it has my transmitter. So without that, none of the robots work, so this has to go. This box has some electronic repair stuff in it, so there's like shrink wraps and various different connectors, resistors, LEDs, stuff like that. Some safety glasses, okay. So just some electronic repair stuff. These boxes here, this is hardware, various bolts. This is all the 3/8 bolts. This is the 5/16 and the 1/4" bolts. There's some other stuff in here too, but this is essentially all hardware. Lots of Loctite, things like that. This box here is electronic components. So there's extra power switches, there's extra speed controllers, some of the shock mounts that I use for electronics. So this is just components of electronics. I bought this case here for air travel. I bought this to be able to take some of the smaller robots to events like Norwalk back east. So that's what this case was for. So in taking the 30-pound robot to Robogames, I went ahead and loaded all of the spare parts for the 30 and the 30-pounder himself in his case. So this is his normal case that he would be using for flying and whatnot. And so that's the easiest way to do it. Got some more spare tires for Mortician, but I can just wheel him around. Got to have stuff for bending metal. These are the basic hand tools that I'm going to take. So I've got a small Husky set that I always take just to have extras. These are my favorite Allen wrenches. And then a bunch of stuff in here. So all of my tools. Everything we need to work on robots. Usually with like Tombstone, I'll take dozens of different weapon options. For Mortician, we've got one spare weapon. For Stink Eye, the weapon that's on it is the only one we have. So I don't have a big pile of spare weapons this time. But I do have one we're going to have to load up. When it's all said and done, you do have to remember to load the robots. Robogames is April 19th through 21st at San Jose Convention Center. Come down and check out Mortician and Stink Eye as we try to work our way towards one of those fancy medals.